welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. My name is The Habit of Nation, in case this is your first time seeing me. And for my old subscribers, I appreciate you all. Thank you for always coming back to watch my video. Please, as you are seeing me right now, click on the like button if you haven't done that. For my new viewers, please click on the subscribe button as well. Today, let's see, okay? Today, I have an interesting topic for you again, a very beautiful one, right? And without wasting much of your time, today's topic, okay? Today's topic is said, what is the difference? What is the difference between Nigeria and South Africa? Of course, there's a lot of difference. Before I read the article, the first difference I would notice about South Africa and Nigeria, first of all, Nigeria is in West Africa, and South Africa is in southern part of Africa. So especially for the foreigners, when somebody said South Africa, they always think maybe it's like when you say East, North, and West. So they don't know that South Africa is actually a name of a country also, right? So that gets a little bit confusing, especially for foreigners. But let's go straight to the point. Let's see the difference between these two great countries. And this guy said, Jeff said, he said, in my ways, it comes down to two national essentials, land and people. So Nigeria is roughly 1/6 the size of the USA, but has almost 2/3 the population. That means the nation is crowded into cities, and even small hamlets are not far from others. He said South Africa is a bit larger than Nigeria, but has less than a third of its population, 56 million South Africans compared to nearly 200 million Nigerians. So on the other hand, much of Nigeria is perfect for farming, with Sahel and Savannah being limited to the north of the nation, while much of South Africa is crop or desert, with more limited areas for farming. Admittedly, SA has some wonderful wine country and boasts excellent agriculture and game in parts. Nigeria has a tropical wet dry climate, while South Africa has a Mediterranean climate on the coast. Hence, that excellent pinotage they produce, along with other varietals, and a drier, more temperate climate inland. SA gets snow, Nigeria does not. And it said Nigeria's many people speak between 300 to 500 languages and dialects, depending on how one classifies these many tongues, while SA has but 11 official languages. So South Africa has Christians, fewer Muslims, and more admitted traditionalists than Nigeria, which is evenly divided between its Muslim north and Christian south. Religion plays a much more pronounced role in the lives of Nigerians as well, although both have their share of corrupt pastors. Indeed, there are numerous churches with shared congregation among both nations. Both nations struggle with corruption, but SA has a better chance of overcoming this scourge due to division between ethnic groups, which balance power and provide counterweight to each other. While Nigeria's many tribes divide its people, all Nigerian tribes have the similar tendency to favor their own over everyone else. Corruption follows each tribe in turn, and its leaders comes to power. Corruption in South Africa balances between indigenous tribes such as the Zulu and Xhosa, but also among the colored, the Boers, and others. This means any one group had to take into account diverse, conflicting needs and desires, or risk the art group uniting to overthrow the leadership. While in Nigeria, corruption merely cycles between the north and the south. Nigeria does have more successful recent democratic series of transition, and has enjoyed far more military rule than SA, which has remained under one-party rule since the end of apartheid decades ago. SA is also far more developed than Nigeria. Its principal cities offer European standard of living for middle class and wealthy citizens. While in Nigeria, even the president flies to UK for medical treatment. One can drive thousands of miles around SA well-paved roads, and he said unaccompanied by gas, unaccompanied by gas or stopped by security checkpoints every hour or so. While the security situation in Nigeria remains difficult and infrastructure more poorly maintained or absent. He said, interestingly, I have found in spite of greater difficulties, Nigeria are more optimistic, more entrepreneurial, and more willing to do whatsoever it takes. While South Africans seem more resigned and accepting of their situation. That last is more of personal impression though, and much more anecdotal than the others' observation. Both are great nations, and their respective influences are felt far beyond their own borders on the continent. And this one say point of correction: Nigeria only official language is English, as against 11 official languages in South Africa. That does not mean South Africa does not speak more than 11 languages. This one said the president fly to UK for medical treatment. I am pained by that statement. Dear Buhari, thank you for making us look stupid. Its lack of specialties. Basic care is pretty decent if one can afford it. And this one said Nigeria do not lack specialists. Medical personnel is not the problem of Nigeria as it widely claimed. There are quite a number of unemployed doctors in Nigeria. The major issue with Nigeria medical sector is lack of medical technology, infrastructure, equipment, state-of-art medical tools. Nigeria medical sector problem, as in most other sectors, is that the country has failed to develop and has completely ignored its local engineering profession. A well-developed and thriving local engineering sector will mean almost all medical technology, infrastructure, and equipment can be cheaply produced and maintained. It is not Buhari issue. Before him, Babangida went to Germany for I hope I can pronounce this, radiculopathy surgery. Yaradua practically died in Saudi Arabia hospital. Even the wife of Obasanjo, while still in office, and that of Babangida out of office, died in hospitals abroad. There is basically low maintenance for medical specialists in the country. And Esther said, basically it comes down to poor infrastructure and complete neglect by elected officials. We have the brain, we just lack a good structure to strive. A good number of our specialists are outside the country doing amazing things. The issue is a failure of investment in STEM education, health, and basic infrastructure since 1970s. You wrote well, your collection is plausible. I live in both countries, nothing to hide at this point. Looking you, I am back in the state for family reasons. Very much missing my life in Nigeria. And this one said, I am in Nigeria, living in Nigeria. You are absolutely correct. Another thing to add is, in Nigeria, corruption does not only strive within the governors and political phrases. It lives in the blood of the citizens as the people try to get ahead however way possible. Even parents officially pay bribes to school administrators and examination officers to enable their ward pass their national examination. Even if just one upright teacher refuses to accept bribe for malpractice, the parent, the student, and the entire school management could gang up against you and kill you. This was my real life experience as a secondary school science teacher 7 years ago, before I absolutely resigned as a police and security agent. Said they cannot guarantee my safety. Since then, I have built a successful business. Your case is peculiar to you and few people, but not everyone in Nigeria. One bad egg does not make the 11 other bad. And he said, when something happened to a Nigeria, it's absolutely generalized to the entire society. No Nigeria has ever blamed himself or herself for anything. This tendency for externalizing our challenges make many of us not getting to where we should. Every society has its own challenge. Let's deal with us. And one said there is nothing peculiar about his case. In fact, such scenario appeared to be the norm rather than the exception, coupled with the tendency for an average Nigerian to treat government appointments as an unlimited cash reserve through which he or she can enrich himself. He said, wouldn't you do the same? He said, probably true, but what is the citizen who go abroad thinking they will get away with some hands and bag Nigerian reputation, have all over the world of being drug lord and prostitution. And this one says, well-balanced, unbiased observation. I presume you must have lived in both countries. I have. Both countries have the potential to work together, learn from each other, trade with each other, and harness each other potentials and make Africa proud. And this is, I live in Nigeria for years and vacation when I could in South Africa. And loving to drive, I often avoided flying in excess in favor of taking the road, staying in small towns and larger cities, and getting out and talking to people whenever I could. I do hope to live in SA one day. It's a fantastic country. And this one said, you have forgotten to add that South Africans hate Nigeria as seen in the recent several attacks against Nigerians. On the contrary, as in Nigeria are peace lovers and haven't demonstrated any sense of aggression to their South African counterparts. A majority of South Africans are xenophobic, for goodness sake. And I said, this is unfortunately true. Although I don't believe it is true of all South Africa, it does occur when immigrants compete with South Africans, though it's worth mentioning in the separate answer, I think. Because despite what you see in the media, nothing could be further from the truth. Most South Africans are not xenophobic, but we do have a minority who make the rest of us look really bad. It's the same with Nigeria. There are many negative things you will see about Nigeria, but does not mean you are all drug dealers. It is no, only minority. And this was a perfect observation. This was wow, what a kind person and truthful person. Always hears Africans saying nasty things about South Africa. Anyways, I'm not South African, but come from a country that was part of South Africa before we were harassed with and divided. And this one said, it's a great nation with horrible past and a difficult future. I've always been fairly and well treated by all there, and gotten to know South Africans of many background, complexion, and position. Good people, but we find what we expect in many cases. This is complete discretionary job. And this one said, man, it's a lot of article. I don't think I can read everything, but let me round up with this one. This one says, one thing I don't like about these two nations is Nigeria never admit that there are some of their brothers who are doing wrong things. They like to spin things to protect each other. Even the lie that is going around that Nigeria are being killed in South Africa, that's not true at all. But one thing I admire about Nigeria in SA, the OXO. You see a person having nothing this month, the next month is driving the top of the range car. With South Africans, sometimes I think we give up quickly in many things. For example, most of the businesses that was done by South Africa now is done foreigners, of which there is no problem with that. But if you this is a mistake, but let me try to fill in the gap. It said, but if you give up in arms saying foreigners must go, if you up in arms and saying foreigners must go, that means we have a problem with it. Understandably, foreigners saw an opportunity and used it. While us, South Africa, we were watching businesses being taken over. We should have been part of the introduction of new people in the areas, not complaining not complaining when we see them that we are starting not to own anything in the country. And this one say, but one thing I admire about Nigeria in XA, but one thing I admire about Nigerians in SA, the OXO, you see a person having nothing this month and is hard driving, okay. And this one said something oddly unbalanced there. No one goes from being poor to driving a fancy car within short space of. Sorry, I need to drink some water. Okay, it said something oddly unbalanced there. No one goes from being poor to driving a fancy car within a short space of time. Are you trying to tell us something? And this guy said, we have a lot of Nigeria here in South Africa. I admire them. They don't wait for the government hand, and they don't wait for the government hand out. They make a plan and survive. Also, they are skilled artisans. They start their own businesses here. The locals here chill out and relax, then start to attach the foreigners called xenophobia, stating the foreigners are taking their jobs and businesses opportunity. And this guy said South Africa ruling is not revolving among indigenous tribe. It is among faction within the ruling parties. You need to realize that in South Africa, among 11 tribes, tribalism is non-existent at all. We can congregate among 11 tribes speaking different languages without any conflict or discrimination. The patriotism among South Africa run across tribe, religion, and tribe. We are not a one-party state. The NNC might be ruling party, but it's led by 52% minority, with the Western Cape ruled by DA, Johannesburg, Cape Verde. Pretoria are not ruled by ANC. So in other several manipulatives, KZN was ruled by IFP for 15 years. Honestly, it's not likely ANC will win election with a clear majority. Governments with a clear majority says South Africa is going to be ruled by coalition government from next year. Most people are fed up with immigration, unemployment, and corruption. I mean, there's the list is still going on, but I can't finish everything. Like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. So, but I will just keep posting the article from some other people so you can read for yourself. So, like I said, let's preach love among African countries. Let's love lead, and let's see how we can help ourselves. Let's see how we can promote ourselves. Let's see how we can promote our businesses with love, with smile, without discrimination. Like I said, if today is your first time, my name is The Heartbeat of Nation, and welcome to my YouTube channel.